more time. Hey, welcome to the corner, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Almost time to go. Welcome to the corner, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Almost time to go. Hey, welcome to the corner, welcome to the show. Hey, welcome to the corner, welcome to the show. Hey, time to go. Say welcome to the corner, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the corner. Welcome to the corner.
Say welcome to the corner, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's Monday at the corner.
Welcome to the corner, welcome to the show. Welcome to the corner, welcome to the show. I said welcome to the corner, welcome to the show. It's 9:09, it's past 9.
Let's go. What I'm doing? Yeah, I freestyle. Every day, you know, I go wide. I'm looking good. I'm buttoned up. Every day, I don't give a no. I ain't cursed, but Brandon did. That's how it goes. That's how we live. We in this bitch and it's going so hard. I done came through, I'm not the damn boulevard. And the beat go out, but you know I'm still going. Chopping boys up, you know the freestyle is flowing. Flowing like the river. Man, I deliver. I done came down, make them shake, make them shiver. I done came down, let me hop back on the goddamn beat. Boys looking sweet. I done came down, yeah, my polo kinda neat. Chain wide on my chest, you know it's the best. I done came through, got the stress out my chest. I rap like a Houston nigga, but I slow it down. Every day, I represent H-Town. We going live, we here on the show. Monday night, KB, Brandon, and Joe. AQC, that's how it be. Chopping boys up, we don't do it for free. Acting everywhere in Houston, that's what we do. They catch us on stage from 10 to 2. And we going live, and you know it's true. They give us awards, cause our shit be true.
It's Monday night. What's up?
Monday night, man.
We here, man.
Monday night.
Roll call, fellas.
Roll call.
How's everybody doing?
Man. You know, another Monday.
Less black and highly favored.
Hey.
Less black and highly flavored.
Highly flavored.
Highly flavored.
Highly flavored.
I said flavor.
Highly flavored.
I said
and
flavor.
Okay, thank you.
Highly favored.
I'm with both of them.
You know what I mean?
You like flavor?
Nah, my flavor got flavor in it.
I'm highly flavored.
Thank you, Lord.
I'm already.
Thank you, Lord, that my flavor got flavor in it.
I want my flavor to have flavor.
You better go and put some in there.
My flavor got flavor.
Don't put that slap your mama in there.
Nah,
We talking about.
I'm an old school Tony. I grew up on Tony. I ain't slap your mama came around in the early 2000s.
And we don't use Old Bay either because we ain't from the East
See,
Coast.
Old Bay,
I ain't from the East Coast.
When I'm on the East Coast, I fuck with it.
Hey,
Cause it's
no, it worked. It worked. I'm just saying.
I like
It's
some
not my
Old Bay
first choice.
fries. Like Old Bay fries.
Not my first choice.
Oh yeah.
Now,
You know what I'm saying? Not the first thing. Not the one you
not
go
the first
grab
thing you
first.
fucking with.
Yeah, it's not the
Yeah, I
one
got
you go grab first. You know what I'm saying?
okay, so listen, I wanted to try something new as a roll call. You know, we always check in. I feel like everybody doing good from this week. Everybody cool. So we're gonna check in. This is how we're gonna start it off each week. Now, what you watching? What you watching? What you
I
watching?
sure
What's
got a
good?
lot of them.
I know.
Okay,
So what you
know-
watch?
Okay, first, from last week.
Okay.
Y'all, should I go last? Because I
No,
be
go
watching a
first.
lot. I'm sure you right.
That's why I started with you.
Definitely go first.
From last week, I gotta go check in with my boy Joe because I watched that Sound the Middle.
I still
Man,
ain't watched that yet.
man, fucking amazing. Yeah, I said it. Fucking amazing. Like beyond, like the sound of the movie.
Yes.
I mean everything. I don't even want to say too much. Just Y'all go watch it. Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I second that.
I'm gonna watch it.
Go
Third
watch
that.
it. Sound the Metal, Riz Ahmed. Go get on your mama,
I-
your auntie, your baby mama account, whoever account you gotta hop on, get on that Amazon Prime and get that.
I ain't gonna lie. I did not know shit about it until the actual Oscars. And after I just watched the clip of it, and that made me actually go watch it. And that shit, woo, that boy Riz Ahmed, he like 2 for 2. Like, cause he had the HBO show that one night with that one fucked up night he had. What the fuck was that? They had Michael K. Williams. I forgot the name of that shit.
I know exactly.
But he murdered that shit, and that was like his first shit out the gate.
All I'm gonna say is,
What is it?
All right, what else you watch?
oh man, so I wait for this show now.
What?
It's only 3 episodes. It come on Freeform. Executive produced by Jessica Alba and co-starring, shout out, a friend of the corner, Ben Kane. Ben Kane is on there. Cruel Summer on Hulu, Freeform. Cruel Summer.
Okay.
Please go watch that show.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know if I want to explain that either. I ain't gonna take the time to explain it. Cruel Summer.
That
That's
shit
what I'm
good
saying.
too?
Cruel Summer.
KB, what you been watching, man?
All right, so I've been trying to catch up on movies, so I did watch the Michael B. Jordan movie.
Without Remorse.
Oh,
Yeah.
I watched
the book. Ain't that a book?
Based off the book, yeah.
Okay.
I watched that. Thought it was entertaining. That's it.
That's all you get, Mike.
I mean,
it was.
I think he make a better action movie star.
That's what he is now. I don't think he Oscar Grant anymore.
I mean, he was good. I enjoyed him in the movie. I just like
he
the idea
far
of the
from
movie.
Oscar Grant, man.
Yeah, but it was a good movie. You'd enjoy the watch.
The
action was cool.
No, it was a good ass action movie.
The storyline was.
It was
I ain't watching
like,
it yet.
It was
Yeah,
good. It was.
let me know what you think.
All right, I'll check it out.
Watching.
I rock with it.
What else you watching right now? Shit, man, you put me on something. I end up binge watching the fuck.
Look, I keep going. So I watched this random show,
yeah.
The Circle, on Netflix.
You watched so much.
I don't even know why I like it, because it's almost like based on Big Brother. And if anybody that really knows the real me, y'all know I am a Big Brother fan from the top to the bottom of my feet. Like, I breathe and live Big Brother. But The Circle is like a social media spinoff, and they trying to do something nice. But I watched it. I watched
The Stowaway.
It's cool.
It's about
what?
It's a Stowaway. It's on
Stowaway.
Netflix. It's in one of they rank. You know, Netflix be ranking the movie. I don't know if they give everybody the same ranking. They might switch that shit up.
The newest movie is always number
It's
one.
like, oh goddamn, that shit shot to number 7 already. Like,
you know what I've been watching?
but the Stowaway, a dude got trapped in the spaceship, and like the black dude. That's how they got the black dude into the movie. He got stuck in a compartment that he was because he was an engineer for the spaceship. He got stuck in a compartment. They ended up still taking off.
So his ass wasn't even supposed to be in.
He wasn't supposed to be in space.
So he ain't got no suit.
And they only had enough supplies.
They didn't know he was there.
They only had enough supplies for the people that was on there.
And the stowaway was the black dude.
Exactly.
By accident.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't think I want to see that.
I'm pass on that.
Then they just figure their way out from there. I just tell you that.
I'm a pass.
I know NASA like, what is this doing on this planet?
But HBO also got a show called Mayor of Easttown. And that shit is like a real thriller type drama type shit. Couple murders didn't happen. And it's like some clue shit. You don't know who done did it in this little small town.
So who done what?
It's a who done what, you know.
Who done what?
And you know, you didn't guess people, but what I like about it is the people that you guessing is showing you right out back if it is them or not, and moving on to the next part of the story. But it's not going so deep. Like it's not going so deep for you to be like, oh well, shit, that's the end of that. I can close the book. It's like it just took you so far to be like, oh, okay, well that was interesting. Now, I don't know. It could be him, but maybe not now because you threw me another direction now. So it just keeps throwing you different directions, and they come out with a different episode each Sunday. It's called Mayor of Easttown. It's on HBO. I did watch Mortal Kombat. As a Mortal Kombat fan, I liked it because I grew up on the motherfucking Mortal Kombat with the nigga, with the nigga with the bullshit arrow coming out of his fucking
say
head.
what I know you're gonna say. Please go ahead and finish. Because the reason why I like the movie. I bet is why he liked the movie.
But for me, I bet it stayed true to the actual fucking game. They had finishes. They had fatal, flawless victories. Like, nigga, you ain't even touch me this fight, nigga. You know, it was gruesome.
It was fire.
It was gruesome, but if you play Mortal Kombat, that's what the fuck Mortal Kombat was.
That shit was fire to me.
You know, for me, I like Mortal Kombat. Yes, shit was fire to me. Yeah. I know a lot of people had some feelings about it.
Look at this
Nah,
I ain't.
Bro,
I don't think I'm gonna watch.
You haven't watched Mortal Kombat?
Did you play Mortal Kombat? Bro, and you don't want to see the movie?
No, did you see the first? I tell you how to do the freeze with Sub-Zero, but I don't even want you to know how to do the move. Yeah. Because it's the same on
I already know how to do the move.
You don't need to talk about it. You don't need to talk about it. I'm talking about I still know how to do it
right now.
Oh, you one of them. I'm going to jump over. Stop playing with me.
And don't make me be the new age Sub-Zero. I'm leaving the ice block, nigga. Boom, ice block. I'm out.
What ice block? I'm out. Bro, I will murder anybody.
Follow this
Sub-Zero.
Follow.
Then you gotta watch the movie, bro. And stay true to the video game.
I don't know if I want to, man. Like, I don't want to tarnish my memory of what I already saw.
Bro, I really don't.
Did you see the first movie, bro?
Did I? I watched it a million times. We got it on VHS.
I do too.
But I don't want to mess that up.
Bro, you're not gonna mess it up. I don't feel like you're gonna mess it up watching Mortal Kombat.
Every movie that came out in the past year and a half, kind of been trash.
This one is good, bro.
It was cool. The acting,
no, it stayed true to the video game.
And on the video game, they can't act,
bro. Now you gonna get that. But it's best believe, but it stays.
The black dude can act. He finna be a star. He finna blow the fuck up in Black World. But other than that, I don't think anybody else is gonna go anywhere. Kano is gonna.
Kano.
He gonna be in a few movies now with some smart talking motherfuckers.
Yeah,
so,
he's gonna be assholes.
I don't know if I really want to see it. I don't know if I really want to see it.
What about another one I've been watching, or I finished watching, is on HBO Max called Generation Hustle, where it's pretty much about like all the different like cons and schemes that people have gone through. And
I didn't watch that.
Bro, that shit is
all for like except one of them, which is TJ. They all had the same ending.
Yeah, except
them niggas went to jail.
but when they got out of jail, most of them
had some fucking money.
That was good.
They did have some fucking money. And they did restart another scamming business.
Bro, he's gonna blow your mind. So that was another one I watched.
Oh, Snowfall. Oh my goodness.
I still haven't watched Snowfall.
Snowfall's, I guess that was the finale.
Yeah, but
it was
the finale to come back with another season. They clearly coming back. But granted, this is going to be the first season in total without John Singleton. I don't know how far his hands stretch into this whatever coming season that's coming after this one, but this will be like the first season without him. They already had the whole season.
I like what they did in the end. They gave it a little. I forgot what other movie did that with the. Damn, what was that movie? This nigga had the lamp and then he just.
I don't know what movie that was.
Usual Suspect. That's it. That's the one.
What? We can't talk about it? I haven't watched Snowfall. Oh, so we can't talk about it right now.
Man, that shit been out for like 3 years.
I'm binge watching this something from the very
beginning. That's something. We got to be quiet about it.
You ain't got to be quiet.
You want me to tell you what he did?
I'm watching like it's brand new. You can't bother me.
You want me to tell you what he did? Well, then you already
It's
know
not
this.
ruined.
Yeah, you need context. You can watch a clip. You ain't got the context.
That
Why
boy took that Eddie Kane and put it down.
Nigga, what? Like, bro, I've been
Took that Eddie Kane and put it right on down, baby.
put it right
Look,
on now.
Y'all believe what you want to believe.
Watch this. I'm out.
Just in case y'all really thought it was sweet.
You never know what the fuck I'm thinking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Best strength is weakness, man.
I've been hearing people compare Snowfall to Wire. I can't do that.
I can't.
Yet.
I can't.
I can't do it yet.
I can't.
Nah.
I grew up on the Wire too.
But see, Wire went to many different levels. Like one whole season, I took you out of the fucking hood to some docks and showed you how this shit even get to these motherfucking niggas in the hood. Then I went back to the dudes in the hood. Then I leave the hood for a minute again. I go into teaching. Then I go into journalism. Then I go, I giving you a whole different fucking thing each season. So you know.
Can't be fucked with.
All I'm saying is Snowfall, if it keeps going at the rate that it's going, definitely has the potential to be better than The Wire. The Wire has done its time. It was on 9 seasons, 10 seasons, something like that, probably.
It's like 7.
Like 6,
I don't know. It was
They
a lot.
5. It's
I know
really
it was
like
a
5
lot.
or 6. It's like, because they cut it early. It was that teaching one, and then it was like,
bro.
it was like they tied the.
We might have to Google it.
Nah, they cut it early.
But I think it's about 6, 7.
We
5,
got
6,
the
7.
computers and
Nonetheless, they touched too many different layers of the shit that we go through that dealt. Nah, bro. I ain't even watched Snowfall yet. I watched some episodes. But, bro, I don't think.
I mean, you got the right idea. They got that weak Wire had Idris Elba. They got
The Wire was 5.
or some what's the dude's name? He
Damon
got
Idris.
Damon Idris.
It's like his son.
I know it is
His nephew's son.
It's a spinoff. I give you.
You said what?
So he's
Idris Elba and David
David
Idris.
How they do that? Are they fucking with us?
Because they both last name probably Idris. And they just flipping it on us because they can.
Are you Elba or Idris?
One of them.
Idris Elba.
One of them.
I'm Elba Idris.
But man,
Hey, but I just want to check
speaking of
in.
like that alter ego or doppelganger kind of thing, for me, I think that's a good segue into the reason why we here.
Tonight's topic:
the burnout. You know what I mean?
Can actors burn the fuck out?
Man,
Can actors burn out? Do actors retire? Is there a fucking pension plan for fucking actors after they done it? Can you win too many fucking championships and then is there a Hall of fucking Fame? What the fuck happens? Is there life after acting? And for some people, you'll say, what the fuck do you mean? Is there life after acting? So we're gonna dive into that tonight and discuss, what is it? Do actors burn out? Let's start out with that first because I think that's very important because I think we can all speak on that. And do actors burn the fuck out? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, the fuck they do.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
And you can burn out in many different levels. Like for me, I started out in children's theater and doing that. And I loved it when I first hopped into it. I loved interacting with the kids. I loved that style of acting. It was big. It was fun. It was right up my alley. I loved it. But then I didn't because I got tired of that type of style and that type of acting.
Yeah.
And I wanted to grow, as an actor, and I wanted to grow beyond, entertaining kids because it's a lot different once you hop into a room full of adults. And now they looking at you like, what the fuck? Why you fucking jumping around and doing all that? I get the point. You know what I'm saying? When you had to do that to make the point for little kids. So just getting tired of that same rotation of doing the children's theater and doing that type of stuff. And I burnt out on it. And I had to make a decision that, boom, I'm just not going to do that no more. I'm only taking these type of gigs. And I'm going to move up from there. And occasionally I would go back, for money-wise. But definitely I put myself in a mindset where I did not want and I haven't gone back for a while, for a long time now.
Yeah.
But it's just I burnt out on that, and then and just working at certain theaters and doing certain plays all the time, man. You just burn the fuck out with that shit. And even for on the TV film side, I just now got into it, just a few years, but I could see how people burn out, especially pre-COVID, when you got to drive back and forth to fucking Austin and Dallas, and you just driving up there to say one fucking line and say, "Hey," and then they be like, "Thank you, cool." And now you got to drive 2.5 hours back to Houston and go on about your fucking business and see if they want to see you past that. So yeah, you can burn out on that shit for me. So I feel like it happens in different levels too. It doesn't mean you might burn out as an actor fully, but you might burn out on certain aspects of what you're doing as an actor.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, I think I'm sure we all feel the same way across the board. Yes, there is a burnout challenge. There's a burnout factor, and that's the challenge that you have to deal with. You know what I mean? And that burnout comes in so many different ways. You know what I mean? Or like it's so wavy. Like it could be burnt out financially. You know what I mean? Like you said, like I can't keep doing the children's shows. Gotta elevate something. It can be burnt out mentally. Like I'm just tired of using my mind power to do this thing that's not what I want it to be. Like there are so many ways to get burnt out, and that is the challenge of an actor because we challenge ourselves in so many ways in throughout our body, and each one of those ways can be a burnout. Each one of those ways, like you can get burnt out of each one of those, and I think that's the hardest part to balance that. You know what I mean? Because shit, I don't care what nobody say. Never not working. I be tired of fucking working. Some days I be like, I don't want to work at all. Yeah. On the way there, I'm like, man, I don't want to go. Man, I don't want to go. Like, call it what you want, but it's real. Like, but what's more important? Like, just like if it was anything, like your job, like, okay, you go to sleep, wake up. No, I don't feel like going to work today. But what you gonna do? Yeah, you know what I mean? So what? Like you gonna eat or you gonna starve?
And to answer, I think it is a need to be challenged, but you have to weigh that as an actor, like Brandon said, with your financial responsibility. So I might be in children's theater this whole time thinking, man, shit, I need to see if I can get on fucking main stage. I need to see if I can get out there and get a gig at the alley or stages or something. But that's not guaranteed money. What is guaranteed money is that you're going to have these 15 shows this month to do with this children's theater, and that money going to come in like that. And so, yeah, you might want to challenge yourself, but can't really make the move yet because financially you have to, put yourself in this kind of situation so I can at least make some bread right now. And so some people take that leap of faith and be like, all right, I got to cut it up. I know I'm going to have these same 15 shows show up every fucking month. Yeah. Granted, they gonna be there, cool. That's safety, but I gotta take that leap of faith and be like, all right, I'm gonna lead a guarantee and go see if I can, find my fish. Come on my fucking hands. Find my fucking fish.
What I got to say is,
what I'm saying.
But that's how it works. Like that's how it comes out of you. It comes out like that too. Like
it's just a true burnout, bro. Like I think I've had like maybe 2 or 3 like true burnouts. The first one was doing a particular type of genre of theater, musicals. Like, I wouldn't call myself a musical person. Yeah. Like, that's not what I was particularly trained to do. I know how to do it. That was part of my training, but that's not what I would call my expertise.
Exactly.
But I can get a job in it, period. So I did it for 6 seasons in a row. And I was just burnt out. Like, I didn't want to dance anymore. I didn't want to learn any more notes and tenor. Like, I didn't want to do any of that anymore. So I haven't done music. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. You give me high tenor. No, I cannot do that. Like, understand that. So musicals, I'm done with. And then the second one was, and it's kind of like a gift and a curse because it's what you pray for. But then when you get it, you like, can you really handle it right now?
Mm-hmm.
So
true.
I've been booked like 5 shows, and like 3 of them was back to back to back.
Yeah.
Then I had a breaker show, and then I had back to back.
That shit is fucking.
On top of teaching 8 hours a day. So I was so burnt out from doing that for like a whole season and teaching and not having no sleep that I just took the whole summer off and I didn't do anything. Like literally nothing. Cause my body
in
couldn't
shutdown mode.
And I was just burnt. And I'm not one of those people that just will shut myself down, but my body literally wouldn't let me do anything.
I mean, I don't really have that problem like physically. Like physically, I could go. Like I could just keep going until we really gotta be there, no matter if I complain. Cause I tell people, ain't nothing worse than a nigga who complain and don't do nothing. Like if you gonna do everything, I think you got a right to voice your opinion about what's going on right here. And that's how I feel front and center.
Sometimes.
No, sometimes. If I'm standing in here in the thick of it with everybody else, who tell me I can't say nothing about it? Like
Yeah,
I
nobody can
can't
tell
be
you.
like, hey,
You
you
can't
say
say
what's
nothing.
up. That's not what's up. Why I can't do that?
No,
Like
you
I don't
can-
see why I can't.
You could
But
say
the
whatever
issue
you
is,
want.
if you the one sitting in the back who really ain't doing nothing and you complaining the most, people start looking at you a different way because you ain't really doing shit. So that's how I take it. You know what I mean? So burnout or not, I'm still physically, I'm gonna keep going, but mentally, I'll be like, look, can we like take a break? Can we get a day off? Can we not do it this day or something? You know what I mean? Because it ain't like I ain't coming in here handling what I gotta handle and doing what I gotta do as far as learning lines and learning blocking with everybody else. But I'm not. If somebody say, "Oh, you complaining," you damn right I am, because you ain't doing half of what I'm doing.
Okay.
So you need a break though.
So you still need a break.
Sometimes.
So just take a break.
I
You ain't got a voice manipulated.
I say this.
God damn, it's hot in this motherfucker.
It's
I
fucking
learned that after
Fan outside.
2018, I did like 7 shows that year. Most shows I think anybody ever did in Houston in 1 year. Blew my mind, wore me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Blew my mind though.
The ultimate
But
Christmas
wore
show wore me the fuck out.
Yeah.
I mean, by the next year, I almost was like, I just want to do 1 show, if even that.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I still did like 3 or 4. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was burnt out. Like, I didn't want to do no more. But you
Gotta
know,
eat.
starving, you go eat.
Now I think we
Yeah,
can
they-
go even further. And does an actor burn all the way the fuck out?
Yeah, hell yeah. A lot of
All
people just
the
quit.
way.
They like
just-
NFL players, like how they just ran.
Like
just
we talked about in the instance, like we burnt out, we took some time off, we put ourselves back at it, or we burnt out, or we felt burnt out, you know what I'm saying, after finishing, but you ain't stopped, you know what I'm saying, or we just felt burnt out and I just get in the spot. I can't stop because that was my livelihood. So I feel burnt out, and that's maybe how you start to treat the art in a burnt out manner.
Yeah.
So I think that's some of what can happen too, which I mean rarely happens in my case, but I see for a lot of people, the burnout starts to show in the work, or you get content with the type of work you're doing.
Yeah.
It does happen in poetry because you can find a fire ass poem, and then that's the only fucking poem you perform because you know
That is
people
fire.
like this
Yeah.
one. So I'm not gonna try any other new ones because I know this fucking poem right here is fire. So I'm gonna just keep doing this one, keep doing this one, keep
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
It's like some theaters do it with their musical plays. You know, I'm gonna keep doing this fucking play because every time we do it, it sells the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. So, but I feel like you can burn the fuck all the way out, and some people do that and
Man.
just get out the fucking business.
But I mean, like I say, like I think even though people would classify our work as easy or like, hey, I could do that too. You know what I mean? It's just like when you watch a mechanic do his work, you be like, man, that's all you had to do. But you didn't do that. you didn't do it though.
Yeah.
So you can't do it either.
You didn't know
So
to do that.
You didn't know what to do or how to do it. So I
Knowing
mean,
that
you
had
take
a
that with a
tool.
grain of salt, but truthfully, like, because of that reason, I think that increases the shelf life. I mean, decreases the shelf life of the burnout. You know what I mean? It makes it shorter because you got all these people around here swearing they can do what you're doing, right? But you're not gonna let that go. Like you're not gonna let all of these other random people who really not even taking it serious as you come in and take your spot. So therefore, well, I mean, I guess in my mind, maybe let me speak for me. Let me speak for me.
No,
In my mind, so and I'm like, because of that, whether I got burned out or not, like I'm gonna have to keep going. Cause like it's always somebody who swear they could be an actor tomorrow. And they might get put on, right? Just because of whatever what. And I'll be damned if one of these niggas gonna jump in my spot because I just decided I was just too tired this time. You know what I mean? Like that just ain't gonna work for me.
And I think
That
that's
ain't gonna
one
work.
that's
Ain't
one
gonna
way
work.
of looking at it. But for some people, like we spoke with earlier when we had the women on, and they talked about mentioning, how long do you get to try at this? Especially if you're dealing with a family and having a family and we're doing this and you're trying to be financially stable. And we talked about the financial stability.
That's
For
fair.
some people,
That's fair.
it is a true financial burnout. Like
You damn right. Financially.
I cannot afford to be an actor anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's the same burnout that we're talking about, or if we throw that in a different category.
But I don't think they classify. Because Joe,
So that
let's be real.
classified.
classified.
Joe, you a professional actor, right? Full time.
Yeah.
KB's a professional actor. You could say 3/4 time, right? Like,
But I tried that a whole year to do what he did.
He did.
And I worked from 9 a.m. to goddamn 12 a.m. in the morning, and I was broke as shit. I'm not with that shit. Not my
I don't
lifestyle.
even know what to say because I'd be damn if I'm going to work from 9 to 12 and still, they're going to have to come up off something. They're going to have to come up off something.
And that's when it comes into your lifestyle and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got shit to do.
Exactly.
I got habits. Where my cigarette thing? Y'all know, I need all my things.
That ain't me.
But this is what I'm saying, though.
I had to
but
put
the
the
lifestyle,
right together.
but that's what I'm saying. The lifestyle itself, period. To say I can't support myself on this full time is ludicrous because being an artist, it is nothing but 10 million small pieces put together to make one puzzle. Any artist, I don't care what it is you do.
Unless you're a resident actor. There's all those.
Alley, theater.
I see y'all are hiring new people.
But y'all not hiring new resident company members.
Yes, they did.
Congratulations,
Melissa Milano.
Oh, we knew. I mean, congrats. I love Melissa. Let me just go and say
That's a
but I knew that already.
Yeah, we did know that.
I knew that already. I knew that.
But it's
2 years ago, she was going to be in the company.
She on the website.
I ain't go front. I love Melissa, and she know I call and tell her. I saw she posted it today. Congratulations.
Yeah, I saw it.
I knew Melissa was going to be a part of that company 2 years ago. Because she deserved it. And, of course, that's who y'all should have been had in there.
So, congrats.
Congrats,
Melissa Milano. But, yeah. I mean,
where the black dudes under 40 at?
That's a good question, though.
Where the black dudes under 30 at?
Really good question.
Yeah, under 40.
Where the black women? Where the black women under 40?
Under 40, 30, 50.
Where the black women over 50?
Play all of that.
Where the black women under 35?
Where the black women?
Where the black women? Period. And that's on period.
But one, I think we need to throw financial burnout into a different category. They can't sit in the same category as I'm just done doing this art.
No, bro, that will make you stop. You know how many people stop because they could not support their sales?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it need to be in its own category.
If I stop because I'm tired of doing it mentally, how does that? Why does it have to be in a different box outside of me?
No, I think that's a true burnout. Because financially,
mentally
you still
ain't a true burnout.
No, I said that's the true burnout. Financially, I feel like you can still do the art. You still want to do the art. I just can't afford to be in this fucking room with you all because y'all gonna walk home with $75 each, and I need to go take care of a family. And so that's not the same to me as somebody saying, I can't be in this room with no more because I can't do this fucking work no more. This shit is just overwhelming. It's too much.
That sounds like the same thing. Because not making enough money for some shit that you spent 2.5 months on and you only getting $75, that is a real traumatic experience. That ain't some shit. You got your passion involved in this.
But you haven't burnt out.
That's the fastest way to get burnt out.
The person that's saying, I financially can't do this no more is not burning out artistically.
Bro, you know how many
they can still do. They might be one of the best motherfuckers doing this shit.
But
I can't make no money off this shit.
When I first did children's theater, it's not the same amount of money, right? Or at least here in Houston. Everywhere else is different. We talking about here. Children's theater is not the same. But I knew for a fact that there was more money to be made because I knew y'all niggas. That's how I knew. So I'm like, I don't want to do this shit. I'm tired of doing this shit, right? But I know that there's more to do because I've seen that there's more money to be made. So why stop now? Regardless if I'm just like, fuck all of this shit in total. But if I'm getting mad because this financially ain't working, but I know that there's more money to be made somewhere else, that means either I'm going to just get burnt out and just chill, or I'm going to be like, let me go try to get up in here and get this real bread.
It's not that. You can be financially burnt out and have tried everything. You're not going to stay in the same spot and be financially burnt out. It's going to be like, nigga, I done tried the big money. I done tried the little money. I can't get the shit to connect to make enough money for me to afford to be able to do this art. And that's not the same as somebody saying, I don't want to do this art no more.
I don't know, man.
To me, you making a conscious decision of saying, I don't want to do art no more.
I think
you got the financial ability to do it.
But
you had the financial ability to do it. You choose not to do this no more. I retire from acting. I'm done.
Same thing.
You see what I'm saying?
It's all the same pizza. It's just a different slice. Yes, it is. It is. It's all on one. It's all on one.
Being forced to walk away from something and quitting something is not the same thing.
Nah, man. That's why you can't. You are choosing to not do something because it is not serving something. That's the same circle. Whether it's mentally, financially, emotionally,
being forced to not do something. That's what force means. Force means I can't afford to do this. If I keep doing this. If I keep trying to fucking go for this big money or try to get this commercial or I've connected it enough, but it's not taking care of the 2 girls I got at home or the 2 boys.
You're saying the same thing that would apply if it was messing with me mentally, right? I cannot mentally support myself doing this stuff. There's no difference. It's the same pie.
No, that's not the same. Mentally, that's a whole different thing. Not mentally being able to do it.
Well,
I'm saying I don't want to do the art. I'm saying I don't want to do the art no more.
Y'all are saying 2 different things, though. He's saying literally.
Physically, financially, I cannot do this.
Finances is fine. Right? Mentally, he's fine. Physically, he's fine. He just say, I don't want to do this art anymore. That's what he's saying. And then the other option was,
I've done 500 plays. I quit.
I don't know. I can't. Maybe that's why it's not registered. I don't even know what that means. Like, if my body works, I'm doing it.
Yeah, but
until my body don't work no more, that means I can't act no more. Yeah. This is it. So once this don't work no more, I guess I might have to go on and wrap it up or do something else. Yeah. But if this is working, I'm working. I don't even know what that means. Like, I'm gonna just chill. Like, I'm here now.
Just haven't done it because it wasn't financially. I didn't want to live.
But that's the norm. I think that's the most.
Now that's the choice. That's what he's talking about. That's making a choice. Like, okay, I don't want to earn this for this, and so I choose to do. Now that's what. That's more what
use
you're
my
saying.
real degree.
But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, the niggas is like, nigga, I've given the game everything I can give. I'm fucking walking away.
Yeah, you said like you was doing that for 30 years.
Yeah, for real.
I got 18 Georgies, 15
awards. And see, that's what would piss me off. That's the part that would piss me off the most. Because you telling me I got to shut it down because I got 15 Georgies and 8 Houston Press Awards. I don't need
18.
That ain't enough, bro. It ain't enough. It ain't enough. And all I'm saying,
Bro,
thank you,
bro.
and thank you. But whatever this is, it got to be some more behind that. Because if it ain't no more, then maybe I need to chill, right?
Okay.
But there's some more behind
Let me
that.
ask another question.
Come on.
Would there be anything that would make you say I'm chilling on this acting thing? Like, is there anything?
Family, for sure. My child, like
my
family,
family
for sure,
not
like,
eating.
My
son not eat. I cannot literally get on stage and perform for people.
But Joe,
knowing
like, I appreciate the stance you taking, but I don't think it applies with who you really are in your real, because you are a full-time actor. And you support yourself, you support your family, you married, your son is healthy, wonderful job, active, alive, everybody's cool. But and you hustle to make that happen.
yes.
Right?
So at the same time, what did I do to pivot during fucking pandemic when
regardless
I
of what the pivot,
I pivoted to teaching,
what the pivot.
Like I had.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So I was like,
because I ain't gonna front like I ain't pivot.
You pivot?
Yeah,
you just pivot.
I'm in the workforce too,
you
bro.
See what I'm saying? So
I hate to even say it.
You gotta pivot,
but we didn't stop.
I'm clocking in.
But that don't mean stop.
We didn't stop doing art. You see what I'm saying?
Agree.
You still on film sets. You still on fucking. You still acting on stage.
Every day.
I'm still fucking going out shooting commercials and shit. KB still fucking auditioning, doing readings and doing black. So it's like we ain't stopped, but we did have to pivot into something because we. As much as we can sit here every Monday and pray for theater to come back, that shit ain't been here.
So let me ask this.
We had to put some fucking food in the mouth.
Would you have to pivot before quarantine, before COVID happened? Would you have had to pivot if you could have? I mean, whether you wanted to pivot or not. Like, even if you wanted to pivot, like that was the plan all along. Like, regardless, like, do you think you would have had that initial idea of like, damn, I need to do this now if it wasn't for coronavirus?
No.
That's fair.
No, I wouldn't have picked.
I don't think I would have either.
Corona forced me into a lot of shit I probably wouldn't do.
You right.
And a lot of shit that I'm going to do
like
that
Zoom.
I probably wouldn't. Yeah.
Corona forced me into Zoom.
Technology.
I never wanted to do that shit.
But you gotta realize before Corona, we all had gigs lined up.
Well, I'm talking about the whole year playing out.
So I like the trajectory in which I was going and how that shit was working, but I like where I was headed, but I do like the shakeup of the system too, because when it does get back to running fully, that shit, I feel like it's going to be in our benefit in more ways than it used to be. Not fully, but in more ways than it used to be. I feel like the system is going to be in the fucking benefit of some black people, at least for a minute, when it first get back to cranking. And I'm already seeing it with all the fucking commercial shits and fucking TV show gigs that I'm getting in the email for auditions and stuff. So it's a flood of that shit, and it's never flood. That shit used to come. Whoop. Now that shit is just. And if you, vaccinated,
if you vaccinated, you get even more work.
Like more work. You know,
that's for another show.
That is
definitely for another show. It's coming soon, y'all. Just wait. Don't even worry about it. But we're gonna get into it.
You're gonna be in the middle on this show.
I'm gonna have to.
But
Y'all keeping me safe.
But I think, man, I think especially out of these three people sitting up here, any of us would pivot to doing what the fuck you had to do if it came down.
To make some ends meet.
To
make some ends meet. You fucking around.
And early us, before kids and the responsibilities that we have now. Yes, I go without putting food in my fucking mouth to fucking act, and go perform and do shit like that.
It's not the case no more.
I can't force that upon others.
Break me, you. 250 break me, you.
Rice and eggs.
Like,
250 break me.
I can live off next to nothing.
For myself. I could stretch the limits. Who knows? But in real life, that's not the case anymore. So who's gonna give it up?
But even if I still
I'm
didn't
gonna
have kids and stuff, I think at a certain age I still wouldn't even want to do that anymore. I feel if I'm at 35, I can't still be doing what I was doing at 25, trying to make.
You still can't be doing the Kenan and Kel show.
No, I could do the Kenan and Kel show. Fuck what you talking about? That's money.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I differ. To say that is almost disrespectful to your own passion for me.
But that don't mean you're not doing the other stuff.
But granted, at 25 is when I made the decision. 24, 25 was when I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna do theater. Mm-hmm. Now, that's different if I was 21. You know what I mean? But at 25, I said it. I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do. So for me to be 35 saying that same thing, excuse me. Look, I don't think nothing.
Like that wasn't a word.
Yeah. It was airy, bro. It was airy. I don't think nothing wrong with that mentality at 35. What's wrong with it is when you assess what you have or your body of work from 25 to 35, and if it has not progressed much or any, then you might need to change your thinking.
That's exactly. But what I meant by when I said from 25 to 35 is if you were doing the same things you were doing at 25 to try to make it, and you at 35 and you haven't figured out how to make it by then, and you've been doing it for 10 years, do you think that's something you should still be doing, or do you think you should try something else?
Try something else and try a different way.
Something else.
But if you didn't try for 10 years,
so you saying for 10 years you tried different
ways?
What specifically? I'm asking. What is something
you might try something else if you try.
Do you think
what is the something else? If we talking about acting per se, right?
What you mean is what's something else? As far as not acting?
No, I'm saying if we've been acting or trying to act for 10 years, what's the something else? Is it like you said, pivot into film or theater, opposite of what your thing is, or go into like janitorial services or aviation or go get a trade or something else? What is that specific something else?
I think it's whatever your other passion is.
Either one.
Because I think we as actors, we have other passions than just acting.
Agreed.
But we just pour all of our...
But that's my thing. When I knew I couldn't be on stage, though, I know I need to make some money some other way. So I learned sound, stage management, whatever I needed to do to keep.
That's true.
That's true. My first show.
Lucky for me.
That's why I can't
say the sound for my show.
But that's why I can't just say I'm an actor. I'm gonna say I'm an artist now. I can't just say I'm an actor because I can do whatever.
Yeah.
So if I was just saying I'm an actor and I've been still.
And for me, I had poetry.
Doing my resume ain't grown, or I ain't tried no.
And that brings me back to my point. Like you said, I'm not just an actor. I'm an artist. I've seen you stage manage. I've seen you run the sound for a show. I've seen you act in a show, win awards. You know what I mean? You teach theater also. So you being an artist means that you always have avenues and outlets to bring in revenue. So saying that you cannot support yourself as an artist don't sit with me. You know what I mean? Because we artists, like we got so many ways to get paid. We are going to find different ways. It's just how hard are we going at it in each of those ways? Because if like me, everybody know I'm just been acting, like period. So if I'm selling out in that area only, and that's my only stream of revenue, like I'm not really winning as an artist. You know what I mean? Like
it also depends on the lifestyle you're trying to live.
That's
Like
what I
some
say,
people
it's-
can't
it's-
make enough money to live I'm gonna go out here and do plays
Yeah.
and live that life. But for some people, like when you get
I
to
started with
fucking
some I couldn't
homeowners
do that.
insurance and taxes every fucking week,
Yeah.
and property taxes and
Student
fucking
loans,
mortgages,
student
and then you pay back
loans,
student loans, and then you put
daycare,
kids on top of that,
daycare,
running
daycare.
daycare.
You feel what I'm saying?
Then you just run all that shit together, and it's like,
ooh shit.
I appreciate this 400 a week.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
shit.
look, you
And
gonna have to-
working. And
Either
then
you gonna have to turn that
And
bitch
then
up
ups
some.
and downs,
I'm just gonna have to go
not
on that way.
some, a lot.
That shit,
Not some, a
I
lot.
can't afford to
First of
for
all,
it to be turned
Yeah.
down.
This
Oh.
level right here is not a good minimum.
No, I
Okay,
see that.
that's what I'm saying. You gonna have to turn that minimum up just a little
Absolutely.
bit,
A lot
so
of
then
it.
we can negotiate.
A lot of
Because
it.
if this is the minimum, that ain't gonna work.
Bro.
Because you're taking a lot
And
of
that's what I'm
time from
saying.
it.
But even with all
I'm taking a lot
But
of
even
time
with all the
from it.
things I can do, there's only so many jobs that pay what we needed to pay that's not already taken. So even if I
Here,
absolutely
here,
but that's what I'm
Houston,
talking about. For
get it
Houston.
together.
So if I get, but even if you go other places, like if you don't have a name for yourself before you get there,
starting at the bottom.
I agree. I think theater works slightly different, but it is exactly the
It's
same
what we
thing.
know.
Because theater is very high schoolish too, right? Like the atmosphere of theater.
It can be.
Like people want to deal with their people, you know what I mean?
They pick and choose who they
Exactly.
fuck with.
But in theater,
Everybody said that they own lunch tape.
exactly. But in theater, there's a better chance of you being someone that nobody has ever met and them casting you in a show than how that works for film. You know what I mean? Because in film, in film, bro, you got
even
you
if
gotta
you in
have-
the audition
you
room
gotta
for
have some
theater,
kind of
somebody put your name in that person ear.
I don't know.
Especially around here.
Yeah, no,
Especially
no,
even
around
out there.
here. Look, let me tell you how it works in Houston. You put your name in a pot and nobody knows you, and they call somebody that knows you. That's how Houston works.
Or people call with a list. Like Eileen, she known for
Look.
calling motherfuckers with a list of people she fuck with and be like, here, audition these motherfuckers.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
either be on that list or not be on that
Yes,
list.
but I'm
Facts.
talking about
And
outside
I
of
didn't
that.
find my way around all that bullshit, so
Yeah,
we on all the lists.
that's what I'm saying. So
But-
it's different because people be like, who's this person? They look where they worked at in Houston, be like, hey,
Then they make
So,
that. Yeah, that's another
what's
way they
this
can.
person? It's almost like a job reference at this point, which
Yeah.
is fair. It's fair.
No,
It's
that's-
fair,
I feel
but,
like-
you know.
You need to know who you fucking with.
I mean, yeah.
But some of y'all already know who you fucking with. I'm just leave that at that.
With
Now, can drugs burn an actor out? Or what would lead an actor to do drugs to be burnt out of their job?
I think if you abuse the drugs, it can burn you out. I know some functional drug addicts,
Cross my leg.
like really, really functional, kill whatever they're doing. You won't even know they on nothing, but they're addicts. And then there's other ones that I know that they're not good for that. So I don't, you know what I mean? You gotta not abuse whatever it is you're doing. You gotta know how to use it. You gotta be in control of it.
Brandon, how you feel about
Well, how you feel,
Sure.
sir? Go ask me. I ain't got nothing to say. Obviously, I got something to say.
But to me, what qualifies as a drug? All right, so.
I mean, we ain't even got to go. We ain't got to get
But-
into semantics. We
But
could be
for
real.
me, I do think drugs are a heavy thing within our industry, and it is something that we and other actors tap into to unwind after being in front of audiences, or different ways to deal with anxiety, or just because you like the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, so I mean, I just feel like, can people be driven to do more and more and more of that? Yeah, especially when you're in an environment that is promoting it and is probably has it at will. So it would push you more into that if that's your personality. Because if you're gonna be an addict, you're gonna be an addict of anything. You might find out that you like to fuck out the taste of that Whopper. You're gonna go to that same fucking Burger King every fucking week and try to get that same motherfucking Whopper every week, just like a nigga chasing that fucking high. So it's, I mean, if you're an addict,
unless you go to another Burger King and that Whopper is as good as the first one, then now you got 2 Burger Kings to go to.
But then you might not.
Chances are you're never gonna get that first feeling. That's what I always hear. You never get that first feeling again. That's what you chase.
And so,
I can't even say that.
So for me, I mean, if we just being blunt, I don't consider weed, you know, in this category, because I've never seen somebody smoke themselves into being, you know, dead.
No, definitely didn't see him smoke to sleep.
DMX didn't smoke himself.
We haven't got the autopsy, so we don't know
what happened to DMX, and I will not speak on that man
until we know.
May he rest in peace. But for me,
that nigga said he did drugs.
No, we know he did.
No, we know he did drugs.
What killed him?
Oh.
Yeah, see,
I don't
be
know.
quiet.
Wait till
now we gotta remake the message. Like,
I misheard what y'all said. I was like,
missed all of that.
Yeah, I was like,
said it.
We know that.
Look, Cat Williams was on the Fat Joe podcast, and he said some truthful things that disturbed a lot of people, but they were honestly true.
No, I know they
and
true.
I don't know why that disturbs people so much. Like,
but it's not. I don't think it's disturbing. It's like, why bring that up?
It's timing, bro.
That. That's all that is. Because we were just saying
when is the wrong time for the truth? Like, tell me.
But nobody asked you for that truth. Is the point.
You have to ask for it. You don't gotta ask for lies either. Nobody asked
for a lie either.
So then, how did you decipher what that is?
We just didn't ask for the truth. So it's like,
but you didn't ask for the lie either. So how do you decipher which one merits?
We don't want to decipher. We don't want to hear the truth or the lie.
So you don't think there's the right time?
You see what I'm saying? We don't want to hear either one.
We don't want to hear either one.
Yeah. So
there's no right time to say the truth. The truth. Period is just. There's no wrong way to say the truth to people.
There's a right or wrong time out. Because I deal with that. I deal with that. There is a right way to tell the truth, but there is never a wrong time to tell the truth. I stand on that.
All right.
There's never a wrong time, but there is definitely a wrong way to say it. And I fall victim to that.
I disagree with him because
as a teacher, it's a wrong time.
It's a wrong time. Even if, and I use this hypothetically, if somebody you lost that's close to you, like a brother to you, and then I was to say something crazy at that moment, right after a funeral, even though it may be the truth, is that the wrong time? Look, you probably beat my fucking ass, right?
No, bro. No. That I think the issue is, like I said,
it's timing, bro.
He said it in Snowfall. You nigga just wrong.
It's timing, bro.
But it didn't matter. But right? Didn't it still happen though?
Huh?
Which part on Scully?
When what's his name? Damus and Idris came to talk to motherfucking Scully.
But they still talked.
Huh?
They still had to
come. Yeah, but
because that's what I'm saying.
Damon realized there was a mistake.
But regardless, there's no wrong time.
There.
But the issue is the way.
One person you talking about.
There is a way, and if regardless of the time, if you deliver it the wrong way, it's already wrong. It ain't gonna work. Period. Time don't matter. the way matters more than the time.
I think time matters because if you wait till after the fact too, and you supposed to be my nigga on something, and you didn't tell me the truth. Thank you for telling me now, but nigga, you late.
But see,
You see what I'm saying?
If I wasn't worried about time, I probably would have been saying something already. I just would have had to say
then you
it
can't
to
say
the
that
correct way.
Because does that
Because I
happen?
gotta
It
approach
does.
you in the right way.
Does that happen?
Regardless of
I
what
agree
I'm
with
gonna
what you're
say.
saying.
Regardless of what I'm gonna
I agree
say.
with what he's
If I
saying.
approach you in the
No,
right
you
way,
can't
it's
say
gonna
that.
work.
You're not gonna say it.
I agree with how I'm a
No.
timing person. But the tone
No.
and also the
But if I'm a best friend, I found out something about your wife or something like that, and I've been holding, trying to figure out
If
when
it's
is
your
the
best
best
friend,
time.
you're not gonna hold
You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna hold it.
It's never a good time.
If you was
No,
their
the
best
good time
friend,
is
you're
once
not
you
gonna
know,
hold
you
it.
tell me.
That's
I
what I'm
would
saying. See, that's bull. If that's your
But you
partner,
can't act like
your
people
ace,
don't go through that type of shit.
agree.
And then the partner, the best friend who end up telling, either get shitted on
Get
because the
shitted
other
on,
stay
you
stay
trying to
together,
relate. I've seen that a lot.
and that happens because
Most
nigga,
of
what
the
the fuck you
females,
telling
I've
me
seen
this
that a
for?
lot.
Or they wait too late
Either way.
to say the truth, which happened in the Best Man. That's what the whole fucking Best Man movie was about.
Right?
Nigga waited too late,
But let's be
but
for
still
real.
told the truth.
But let's be for real.
So that was the wrong time.
in
So it
the
can be-
atmosphere that we live in, regardless, truth or not, you don't get to pick how it's going to be perceived, taken, or ran with, regardless whether you pick the right time, the wrong time, you say it the right way, the wrong way, the long way, or the short way. You still do not get to pick how
Yeah,
that
we're not
person is
saying
going to
that,
receive.
but there might be a wrong time.
So, with that being said, if I still cannot control the outcome of what I'm going to say, why does the timing have to prevent me from saying it the correct way?
Because you just said you would want to know right away if I was your best friend or your wife cheated, right?
But no, I didn't
So
say
that
I would want to
means
know. No, I
time
said
matter.
you was lying about saying that if it was your best friend, you wouldn't tell him right away. Because you would.
But would you want to know right away?
I wouldn't have no choice because if you my best friend and you told me, now I got to
But
receive
what if I just
information.
waited?
And I found out already, and
Yes.
you knew.
And then I still came after the fact and told you the truth.
Nigga,
You
don't
gonna tell me?
I'll tell that time.
You gonna tell me what? Nigga, it's too late. Square up.
So why would
So
you
I'm
say?
not- I'm not
so why would you
disagreeing
say
how
that
the
timing
reaction is.
is so important then? Because if you see something,
No, I'm not saying it's important.
I don't condone snitching
I'm not even
like
saying
that.
it's
but
important.
if you see something, say something.
I'm not saying it's important. I'm saying it matters.
It matters. It definitely matters, bro. It matters, especially depending on the situation.
Black lives matter. I'm not saying it's better. I'm not saying.
Let me just stand and say I do feel you. I understand that fact 100%. Timing matters, but if you are going to say the truth,
Yes.
and you put it in a way that it should be to the person that you're talking to, timing does not matter, in my opinion.
It depends on the subject.
I feel what you're saying on
I see
how
what
they
you're saying.
react to it.
You
don't
can't
get
get
you
that
don't get to
even
pick
if
that.
you
I agree with that.
even if you had the Holy Trinity, right? Like you're telling the truth, you pick the right time, and you're saying it the right way. You still don't get to pick that.
I
So
agree with that.
you just got to go on get with it. You just gonna have to go on, put it out there, but
I
put it
agree.
out there
You cannot
correctly.
control how a nigga
Put it out there
react
correct
to the truth.
Because if you put it out there wrong and they still receive it wrong, now everybody wrong, right? But if I say the right thing,
Because I could
and
tell
I
you
say
right
the
away, and you still be like, "Nigga, that's fucked up." I'm like, I shouldn't have fucking told you.
Yeah.
Or I could be like, well, I told you that.
You know what I'm saying?
Or fuck, I should have told the nigga after the wedding.
After the
I'd have ruined this 500 person fucking wedding. Everybody leaving. Nigga Brandon said tell him right away. Truth though. The truth is the truth.
But for real, would your partner be more mad at you because you told him before or after he married that girl? Which one would he be more mad at? Tell the truth on that. Like, he would be so much more mad at you because you told him after than before. Yeah, some snowballs gonna happen. Somebody's feelings gonna get hurt.
We're talking about at the altar.
You want him to say I do? How you think he gonna feel?
Everybody here
say I do and then come back and have a conversation with you.
$100,000 has been spent.
Listen, even after he say I do, whether he find out and y'all talk 3 months,
Nigga, there's a
3
rack,
years,
there's racks of lamb.
You right. And 3 years down the line or 5 years down the
He
line,
gonna fuck with
if
you.
you tell him that
10
shit,
years
he
down.
never gonna forgive you for that shit. Especially if it's 10 years down
What
the
if
line.
you tell him that nigga be like, all right, I do.
That look, right? What I say, you don't get to choose what they do with the info when they get it. They just got to go with God, okay? Go with God.
Nah.
You run into him and go with God.
Why do you think actors fuck with drugs?
Because of what we talking about, that truth. Like, people don't live like that. People don't operate in that realm of true honesty of what the fuck this is, right? I think all artists have a bit of like realism in their bodies. You know what I mean? Like, we don't look at shit for what it look like, cookie cutter. Like, if I look at a duck and it look like a duck, sound like a duck, talk like a duck, guess what? It's a fucking duck. Like, I don't care what it dress up like. You know what I mean? Like, it's a duck. You know, so, and I think for that reason alone, I think drugs give a place of escaping to be like everybody else, if that makes sense, right? Because normally, like, your brain don't work like everybody else. You see it every day, you know what I mean? And I think it brings you down or up to a place where you can, like, be like everybody else. Or sometimes it will recluse you, you know what I mean? Take you into a hole away from everybody else. And I like either or. You just got to pick the lesser of two evils, in my opinion. That's for me. That's how I see it.
Why you think actors fuck with drugs?
I think it's kind of like, it really kind of like depends on. All right, I'm saying like this. So,
sound like it's about to get good. It's like nigga set up.
So what it was,
Yeah.
some people, for some, fuck that, I'm gonna speak for myself. For me, it was, it happened suddenly for me. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm in the chair in college, getting my hair cut. A barber is smoking dro. Now at this time, I'm naive. I never smoked before. I known about smoking. I know what the weed was. I didn't know there were different layers of the shit. I no clue whatsoever. So, you know, trying to be cool, fit in, you know, want to look weak in front of niggas. Like, you want to hit this? Yeah, let me hit that shit. Hit that hoe about twice. Finished cutting my hair, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm really wide awake. Why everything? I'm literally seeing shit super, super clear. I can't even explain this shit.
Took the red pill.
Bro. and that's what it was. And then I'm gonna go back later too. So once I hit that shit, I was doing a one-man show. I was doing a one-man show for my senior project. It had to be an hour one-man show. And we had 3 days until the show. Yeah. And we had to do everything, lights out, blah, 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 blah. So I was having trouble with getting people to get my tech right. So the last thing I was worried about was lines. Now, mind you, I'm really good at learning lines, but I was having trouble that whole week because my tech shit was fucking up. Mm-hmm. Hit that draw. Went home.
That dro. See,
and I'm gonna come back. No.
They didn't get
I'm
that
gonna come
dro.
back. Yes, bro. That's what I'm saying.
That dope.
I went home, and I literally learned my entire hour script overnight, like word for word. Knew my cues. Even during the show, I could tell when niggas was fucking up during my show. I'm correcting people, putting it in my lines.
Man,
I had never done no shit like that. So for me, that was like, because I ain't never done that shit sober. I'm not going to keep a whole a bean. I had never done that shit sober. I was like, oh, if this shit can make me do lines like this, it's on. And then I started hitting weed. to do shows, and
It sounded like he about to go higher than that. And then I moved over for weed.
No. But see, this is the thing.
Yeah.
But this is the thing.
I got on the
Like,
NBA.
hell
I can do so much more.
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know the difference. That's why I say I didn't know the difference. So my senior year in high school, when we graduated, one of the homies had a party. We all went there. Boys had some weed. Like, hit this, KB, just try it. I hit that shit, and I was like, this is the most disgusting shit ever. But that drove was something else.
Yeah.
And that let me...
You ain't gonna memorize no lines on no register.
You're not.
Hey.
You're not.
Hey,
You're
the
absolutely
lies that you tell, sir.
Don't you
No.
fucking speak.
Okay, I'm gonna go and speak.
Don't you
I'm gonna go and speak.
Don't you
I'ma
better
go
tell them you was learning.
Man,
a lot
y'all know me. Y'all know where I come from.
Don't
Y'all know what I graduated from.
We all graduated.
Graduated. Keyword.
I was way later than y'all. Am I wrong?
No.
Maybe not even.
You ain't want to leave school, nigga. You had all the credits.
Because I could do both.
You just ain't
I
want
could do both. I could do both. Come on, man. Y'all know.
Kept one. You kept.
I just got
you a nigga
tired.
that keep going back to the college. Nigga.
I do go back. I can't wait. Hey, November 16th, TV homecoming.
I'm gonna
We
be
back, baby. We back, baby.
I ain't been nowhere yet.
November, we back. Okay, but no, yeah, I'm gonna keep on going.
No.
I do go from time to time, just in
No.
case.
No.
Nah, man,
No.
you got, you know what I'm saying?
No, you
Like,
don't.
If you got a gun with bullets in it already, you gotta have some more bullets just in case you run out.
That is not the same thing.
Like what?
I'm reloaded. I'm reloaded.
You have a gun with some bullets, and then, nigga, I got some bullshit bullets that I don't know.
Yeah, you know they old and shit.
Yeah.
They came when you first got the
That's
gun.
the same.
So that's my reason I think people use drugs. Let's get back.
I'm talking about it. I'm just not talking about it.
Look, I think people.
So that's one of my reasons.
Strike one on that analogy.
Nah, man, y'all, you know what I'm saying.
I was trying to.
I didn't.
No.
It's cool. We'll come back to it.
We'll rewind that in editing, and we'll see.
They gonna
if
make
that
me
made
edit that out.
Nah, keep that.
They gonna make me edit it out.
It's on
All
that
right.
too.
We're keeping that.
We keep two cameras.
We keep.
But I feel like drugs for some actors and artists, it's an escape. It's an unwind thing. It's a tap into a different world for them that hones them or might bring them down. Because I don't know about y'all, when I get on stage, my energy is up,
Man,
and I'm up. Like even if I'm not performing, like if I'm watching people I directed perform, like you know, y'all direct the same fucking way. Then you be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Full of like, just
and I get there, my dad would sit up there. You know how my dad do.
Facts.
Especially if he wrote it, he gonna
facts.
every line you saying. So it's just having that fact, and man, I don't know.
Well,
I can't see.
I don't understand no hard drugs. Like I can't.
Not hard drugs. I can't understand hard drugs, but I can understand people wanting to tap into a different world.
I'm with you on that. Like I can
unwind
feel
and
that.
escape from.
I don't know, but I feel that. Like
Okay,
I feel what that could be possibly
So
in
what
my
do you
in my
consider
mind.
hard drugs and soft drugs?
Well, hard.
A hard drug
hard
is pretty
for
much
me is
anything
chemical.
that ain't.
But heroin
marijuana.
ain't a
Everything has
chemical.
chemicals. You feel me? It's the chemical.
Did you not hear what I
action
said? A hard drug is anything that ain't marijuana.
So it's
For
mushrooms.
me,
Alcohol is hard.
It's shrooms.
I know people that do shrooms.
Shrooms are not.
Shrooms
I
and
would
weed
put
are
shrooms-
like
Yeah, they
in
go
the
hand
same
in hand.
family now.
They go hand in hand. I
I
would
hear
agree
they
with
don't
that.
do the same.
But
No, they don't.
They don't.
So they can't be in the same family.
Mushrooms.
I would not suggest taking
is a
shrooms
psychedelic.
and going to do a show. I would not suggest that. I would not suggest.
Somebody might do that.
Somebody might. I said me. I wouldn't suggest.
I wouldn't
you to do
suggest that because
I would not suggest
I
you to
don't
take
know what
mushrooms
that.
and go perform
But
somewhere.
I'm sure there's an
'Cause
actor
you're not
out
gonna
there
see
Yeah,
that is
everybody
eating
else.
shrooms and enjoys doing the show on shrooms.
But what I'm saying is, you're not
have
gonna
you
see
enjoyed the show?
on shrooms.
Not on shrooms. Just regular.
Like doing a show on shrooms or
no,
watching a show.
no, nothing to deal with shrooms.
Okay.
We're going back down a level.
Okay. Where we at?
That feeling to do a show while on the drug. We had
Have
that
I
episode.
ever done that before?
No, we had that episode. Is it okay to do the shit on the drug? Only if you can handle the drug is what I think we came up with.
I think the issue is whether you can handle it or not. I don't think it's a thing that you are supposed to say to people, which makes it a problem. Which
I just did drugs before this show.
You know what I mean? Like it could develop. Which, if we talking about hard drugs, right? Like, okay, for the record, I don't think weed is a hard drug. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Weed is cool. It's easy. You can do it.
It's easy.
Don't give it to your kids though. Cool. All right, Bill. So
it's easy.
but it's illegal too, though.
In Texas, it is. We know that.
Not for long.
Not for
Not for
long.
long. But no.
Saying that for like 10 years.
What I'm saying is though, like if you were to go outside before a show, hit a line or some cocaine, do some heroin, take 5 Oxycontins, 5 handlebars, and you go and do a show. And if that show works out in your favor, then something in your brain is going to switch and tell you that this works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is when it becomes a problem because it's not going to be something that you're going to go and tell everybody that you're doing. So now it becomes an individual thing and you have no accountability there. Like, not saying that you can't hold yourself accountable, but that's what accountability is for. Someone that's outside of you to check you on the shit that you're doing.
Yeah, that's why.
Because
what happens
you can be your best friend or your worst enemy at any moment.
What happens to the artist today? It doesn't work.
What you mean?
But then this is also another
I
question
still
too.
do my same routine of this drug, and now.
But we talking about you ask hard drugs.
But
No, I'm
if they
saying,
kill
no, I'm saying
but
even
you
if you smoke weed,
but if they killed the
but do you
show,
not
and
know-
but let's say they took, I'm going with what you said. They took all that stuff and they killed the show, and they're thinking in their mind, this is what I need.
Mhm.
Now they killed the show. How were they after the show?
That man.
That's always my.
That's
question.
the part that nobody else gets.
That's
because
always how
that's
my
what
thing is.
develops the issues and the depression or the addiction. Like after that, like
It's the
now
calm down.
the show is over. You did this wonderful thing while you were under the influence of this drug, right?
Down, or are you like out of control?
For me,
No,
it's an
after
energy
that,
come
I
down.
think after
If
that,
you're
you
on
gonna get
drugs,
high
of course you're gonna come down from the drugs.
That's what I think. I
But
think you're gonna be
if
high
you did
again.
a show naturally, you still. Some people smoke. That's what I was trying to get to. That's my point I was making. Some people smoke weed to come down after a show. My energy, my adrenaline, everything is so pumped up. Even if I'm watching people on stage that I've worked with perform, it's all pumped up. Now the show is over. People have clapped for me, standing ovation. We come out, we hug 50,000 people in the lobby and shit. Now I'm still like, yo, what's up, man? What are we doing now? Now I'm supposed to go home and just lay in my bed and go to sleep.
Eyes wide open, heart still 102.
Right.
You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
I can still hear the. That was awesome.
You be thinking about tomorrow, all the shit you didn't do right this time.
Look at I'm going over fucking lines I fucked up.
I
My suit broke. I don't know if they're gonna
Yeah,
fix it
I
by
gotta fix it
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Nigga.
I think it's clear that we all agree with that 100%. But what I'm trying to tackle
So I feel
is
like
something
it's a
that's
come
out of
down.
my realm. Not granted. I'm not experienced,
Yeah,
but
I
I want
no
to
idea.
discuss it though. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
I've never
what
dealt
is the
with
thought?
people like
Because
that.
I mean, but think
But
about
what
it.
makes
What
you-
if you
know.
had to play a heroin?
But what
addict
makes
tomorrow?
you
What
an
gonna do?
addict? Are you an addict when it's starting to jeopardize your work now?
I think you are
Because I feel like you're an addict once it starts to jeopardize
That's
certain
what I
things.
I don't know
But you
if
can
that's
still
the
be-
real.
I mean, you can still be addicted.
I don't think that's the real definition, but
I mean, you can be a functioning
That's
addict.
when, but exactly, that's when addiction becomes a problem.
Yes.
Whatever addiction you have, that's when it becomes a problem.
When you functioning with it.
When whatever is functioning,
You
is
might have
not
been a
functioning
functioning,
anymore.
and now you're not.
Regardless of what
functioning.
it, even if you are functioning at it, I think that's better, but it doesn't evade the fact of the gluttony of it. You know what I mean? The consumption of it, because that's also what addiction is too. Like the major and consistent consumption of it. You know what I mean? So, but once whatever is functioning cannot function normally anymore, that's when you know addiction has become a problem. Period. I've dealt with it in my own personal life. You know what I mean? Like what addiction looks like and how it affects. And granted, you can watch somebody and not know, but once it starts affecting what is actually functioning, that's when you know it's actually a problem.
Yeah.
You know, even for yourself, because people are like, right?
So it's
just
okay to
going
be
along
an
with it.
addict as long as you function.
Nah, bro, because I mean, eventually, I don't think you're gonna keep it up.
I
that
think
long.
Hollywood burns niggas out like that. Because I know a lot of people that gone out to LA party.
Hey, do you party, bro?
Yeah, and
Do you party, bro?
and really gotten burnt out or turned into a different person, as far as acting wise, and just being out there and being trying to adapt to that lifestyle. And sometimes that's what actors do too. You try to fully adapt to your surroundings. You lose the center of who you are, which is the first thing they fucking teach you in acting, is to find your center and who the fuck you are. And so, well, you should be taught that. But that's like one of the first things people lose, you know, along with their souls and everything you know, trying to adapt to what the fuck is going down around them in their environment and whatnot, man. So, man, it's just, I think that for people that do the hard drugs, you functioning until you're not functioning. And I think for some people, you might go a whole career and make it out of the career. But here's the one thing that people
But as
can't.
an actor, let's be real. As an actor, whatever it is, that moment before that show starts or that scene starts, you want something that's gonna catapult you into that moment. Whether it's natural, unnatural, where it could be a drug.
But see, for
And
me,
I
that's
think
a
what
drug in
draws
itself.
the artist.
Yeah.
For me, that
Live.
is a drug.
That's live. Doing it on screen ain't the same kind of rush as doing it live. I'm gonna just say that. For me,
it's not.
on live in front of an audience, that's a
drug. Yeah.
All right. Now being in front of that camera or like this camera or any other camera, I mean, I feel like I'm doing more so performing for my employer, some friends, and some colleagues, right? Right? Like that's what I feel like in front of a camera. Like I'm performing for my employer, a couple of friends, I'm sure a couple of people I know somebody somewhere, and colleagues, people that I just met that's working on the set that I'm at, right? That's who I'm performing for. But the difference in doing live shows, and I think that's why a lot of artists, I'm gonna just say theater people, actors, and rappers, and you know, people who perform live in front of people have that lapse of like judgment when it comes to addiction. For me, you know, like musicians mostly. You know what I mean? And live people who perform in front of people. Like that's a void you can't feel. You know what I mean? You can't feel that with nothing. You can try though, because like you say, if we get burnt out, we tired of doing this, right? Now I don't got no crowd to feed off of every day. I've been doing this shit for 25 years.
But see, there you bring me to my
So
next
now
point.
where am I getting that at? So I try this and I try that, and that kind of works. So now I'm a snowball that, but it's not really replacing that thing, right? If we talking about it in the sense of burnout, you know what I mean? Like when people have done the drug during the career, the drug or the career got to be too much and they stopped, then the drug took over either way, right? Did I follow that path right? Y'all follow me?
Yeah,
That's fine, but you can always ask the question, even when you just dealing with the drugs, period. And we can ask ourselves this fucking question. What kind of actor would you have been if you never took it? Or if you never did that before? Or if you never did that after?
And I'm going to add to that question.
What kind of act would you still, do you think you would still be the same actor?
I think it's important to find out personally if you are.
I know I would.
I know I would.
Because, and that's what's gonna bring me to my next question. Do we know people that are functioning addicts or functioning workers? If they cannot do the work without that, then I believe it's a true
like
problem.
Crutch, right?
Like
It's
you dependent on this for your craft. So that would be like one of my concerns, add on to your question. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, would you, even if you do drugs and you do it for a show, can you also do the same type of performance without it? And I think if you do drugs, you
that's
should
why
try
drugs
that
are hard.
to make sure.
Just to play devil's advocate, I'd be like, what if I got pain issues and I got to keep popping Vicodin and shit all day, right? Like, I can't perform or sit at home without being in pain. You know what I'm saying? So let me take 2 Vicodin while I'm sitting at home. Let me take 2 Vicodin before I go into this theater or go to this set, right? Granted, I don't agree, but I'm just trying to throw that out there. Like, how does that work? Because I mean, if we gonna classify drugs, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? A lot of drugs is legal that shouldn't be legal. A lot of drugs that are not legal should be.
I mean, I would still challenge you. If you're addicted to taking Vicodin and you gotta take Vicodin for every show, I would still ask and pose the same question. You know, what kind of actor could you have been if you did not? And that's granted. You might go 2 weeks without doing it. But
I know people,
to have it,
young, bro. I know people who have been through surgeries and still acting. You know what I mean? Like they got real like physical issues. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of what you want to say, acting is physical, especially on the stage. Like it's overly physical sometimes. You know what I mean? And that shit can wear on your body. So,
so if you got to take drugs, I'm not saying you cannot take drugs.
But I'm saying you're telling them to challenge themselves. Like,
no, I'm telling you, if you're addicted to a drug, that's a difference than I need to take this drug for pain. If I'm saying
and no,
I got pain, I'm not painful today, I'm still finna pop these 2 fucking Vicodin because that's what the fuck I do before shows.
I hear you.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Great. Now, if you need to take it because you fucking in pain, cool. But if you just back there,
like my knee don't hurt, but
it hurt.
I'm just going.
It hurt every other day.
I'm just.
But today it ain't hurt. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I have the answer because it's like, because I can't even answer. So it's like, what type of actor would you be if you never? Would you be greater or would you be less of an actor? Would you be the same motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a question.
I think it does either or. Like it's either gonna make you like 0.5 to 1% better or 0.5 to 1% worse. You know what I mean? It's not really.
I've seen some people make 50% worse. And then you be
are we talking about alcohol?
Everything.
I don't care what nobody say. You can't act drunk. That shit is hard.
Some niggas.
I don't know. I know.
You right. You got a lot of. You got a lot of. Whole lot of money.
Nah, but I mean drunk. Okay?
No,
we're not talking about just taking some sips.
Did you not go to PV, bro?
Oh, I did.
Bro, did you not work at the ensemble?
I did too.
That's stop, bro. You better stop, bro. You better stop. I know you've seen that.
I know. I probably need to stop
amazing shit.
I've seen
it's
some
nothing
drunk
for me to
niggas
say.
do amazing.
The whole set, goddamn, do the light sound.
Oh man, I don't know what to say because it's so true.
So we take that back. I think you can.
You can.
I can't.
I'm drunk.
I cannot act drunk.
Oh,
I
no.
can.
Bro.
It's so hot. It's hot.
It's
And I
the
can't
lights
speak. My
on.
mouth slur.
It's like I stepped outside of my body and I'm watching me perform.
I can't do it.
I can't control it as much, you know.
Man, it's
So
hard.
those of y'all that act drunk, stop.
You don't really got look now. I can
drink
hold a liquor
after the show.
I can take a couple of drinks before a show and still.
And we smell it on your breath.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about alcohol.
We know it's in your coffee cup.
We see it. We know you put a little tequila. You thought you was gonna hide it. With
You know you got to do
the Kahlua
I
and the baby.
As long as y'all fuck
You
up
know
on
you
your
got to
line,
do that whole monologue in my
But
face.
see, that's the issue. But
You don't fuck up, do your thing.
right.
Don't
But
crash.
what's
Go
the
back to the next
sacrifice
show.
on that? That's I think that's where the burnout comes. Like as a person who's in the business dealing with somebody who is getting burnt out because they are burnt out. You know what I mean? Like, how does that work for you, right? You an actor, you know they over there doing whatever they gotta do before, during, and after the show. It's working at first, but now it's not working. Like, where is your burnout level?
Oh,
You
we've
know
done.
what I mean?
I've experienced that before.
Well,
Oh,
no,
I
I
think
tell
we all have.
motherfuckers,
I think we all
hey,
have.
no more drugs today, buddy.
Straight meat.
Hey,
Right
hey.
before- hey.
Hey,
We gonna
No.
that's
the
after.
way you did that last scene after
And you
you
know you
did what
fucked
you
up.
about to do right now,
And you know you fucked up, and you think this? Nah,
I don't
bro.
think you should do that today,
And I
buddy.
ain't gonna lie.
Not-
I learned
not
that
during
from
this
PV and these dudes.
Nah, we're not doing that.
And PV, like, we were practicing. I just gotta say this because I think that's what we don't have that a lot in real theater. Like, people are scared to encroach on someone else's artistry, and me telling you that you effed up is not me saying that you suck.
Yeah.
It's saying that you effed up.
Yeah.
That brings me back to my point of like, I can tell you the truth. I just know that I better say it right if I'm gonna try to make some progress.
Well, that's immediate truth, because we about to go back on stage. So what I need you to know, nigga, is
Don't miss this line, please.
Straight
I
up.
ain't like, please don't miss this line. See,
Straight up.
see. That's the wrong way, Joe. You just took it out of his hand. You was like, look, bro. All I'm gonna say, last 2 times you did that, for me, it didn't work out that great. So I'ma ask for me tonight. Like, I got my people out here. You know what I mean?
That's
My
the
mama,
one right there.
grandma,
Got my people
got
out
my
there.
gal, got
Y'all
my baby out here.
That's too
No,
late.
no.
That's too late. I don't
But
do that.
all I'm asking,
You did all that shit in
no.
rehearsal process.
All I'm asking is this one time for just this tonight. Don't do that tonight,
That nigga
and let's see how that works.
I'm not Brandon. I can't wait to the show to ask him for. Nah, he getting that shit every day in rehearsal. And then if
Yeah,
that shit
we
not
have
working,
not crossed that
I'm going to talk
crossroad
to the director,
before tech.
and we're gonna have a whole conversation about I'm not getting on stage. We not doing that.
I'm cool. I'm cool till tech. Now, if you still doing that shit during tech, I get scared, because lights is on now.
It depends on if I'm
Niggas
gonna
is
sing with you.
Niggas is setting shit for life now. Like, niggas like, let's keep that. Like, whoa,
Come
hold
on,
on.
that's-
Hold on,
That's not supposed to
That's
go.
not-
no, let's not. It's still wet. It's still
That's not
wet.
how it's supposed to go.
It's a concrete
You said
concrete.
all the wrong lines. Are you not in the script? Yeah, that's me.
So is there retirement for actors? So we dealt with the drugs. Is there retirement? Is there just like, hey, I'm done?
I don't think
And
it
not-
is for me.
Not saying burnt out, just
I mean, for some it might be, but like the only way I say I retire is like to watch my kids grow. But I'm doing my art while I'm watching my kids grow.
Yeah.
So I can't say that, oh, my kids out of school, now I can just relax and do nothing. Hell no, I'm gonna be on this stage like even more because now I have less of responsibility. You know what I mean?
so could you be at a rehearsal while your wife is showing you pictures of Cabo and all this? Because she's like, fuck it, I'm done working.
Oh,
I'm tired.
I'm planning on going on some of them vacations. I'm going on some of them.
Nah,
now,
nigga,
but
we
I'm
need you
still
for the
gonna
whole
work.
season, KB.
We're gonna. I got vacation time. What you talking about?
You know,
That
this
shit's coming.
is what I would say. Realistically,
For real.
Realistically, yes and no. Yes, because if I got to go to work, I'm gonna take my ass to work. No, because in my mind, I would have built my career enough to where I have worked enough and amassed enough money to where, you know what, I'm gonna be like, nah, I can't take this project right now because I'm about to go to Cabo.
Yeah.
But the next one y'all have, holla at me. But because I'm good. I got a little sitting over here, got a little money in the bank. Shawty, what you think? You know what I'm saying?
So
you know,
good
I
life of retirement for actors is being able to choose your work.
Amen. Yes, I think that's the
Yeah,
life
nigga,
of
we had a
any
whole argument about this,
That's
a
the
whole
life of any
episode.
actor.
He
That's
fought against me on that.
On what?
On
that
that
you should
point.
be able to choose your work?
No, I said that was the greatest thing an actor could have. You're like, nah, fuck that.
What? The
I'm
greatest
never
thing
gonna
an actor
stop
could
working.
have? The greatest thing an actor could have is what? Choosing their own work?
It's the choice of if I want to work or not.
No. Choosing their own work. Ain't no
the choice.
No, bro.
If
Ain't
I
no.
want-
Ain't that?
That's the same
It
shit.
don't register here. I told
That's the same
that.
shit.
No. I get to choose. I'm gonna keep working all the time.
It ain't no choice for him.
I'm
That's all
gonna keep
he's
working
saying.
all
That's
the
all
time.
he's saying. Ain't
It
no
just-
choice for him.
I get to
For
choose.
us, we would choose one or the other. Him, that option is not in existence.
I know you
Not
don't.
to choose to be an
Not in
actor,
existence.
to choose when you work and when you don't. And that's like choosing a
I
project.
know that you like that. You be like, nah, I don't want to do that. But if I say no to that thing, something has to go there. Something gotta go there. Like now what's here? Now what's here? Nothing?
Your
No.
life.
No. Something got to go in that
That's where
spot.
Cabo goes, bro.
Stop
That's
playing
what
with me.
Cabo
That's
is.
fine too. But if I ain't got enough ready for Cabo, something else goes there, and she can go to Cabo. Bye. But I got to do
But
this.
then you have not made it to where you can decide.
No, I decided to do this thing. I still got to say yeah.
Brandon selfish as shit,
Right.
bro. That is selfish
She
as
go
shit,
Cabo
bro.
by a motherfucker.
I ain't trying to say that.
I made a choice to motherfucking work.
If I gotta
Work.
choose, I'm gonna choose
Work.
over going to Cabo with my woman.
Nah,
That's what she said, nigga.
Hey, baby, look, you want to take me to Cabo? I'm going, okay?
Nah, everybody gonna be like, I booked one ticket because your ass need
Your ass going to work.
I'm going to Cabo with you.
Nah, your ass need to work. Well, I booked the whole resort, Brandon, but I didn't book you a ticket because, you know, I watched the episode
And you had to
work, nigga. So
I took my
send
friend.
you.
But what? How
That's
cool?
why I took my
How cool
friend.
is that though? She out on vacation and in a whole nother country and get to watch you on your show.
She not watching you at all.
I mean,
Think she
probably
watching
not.
a
She
play?
probably
watching
You
you
think she
at
watching a
all.
play in Cabo?
She ain't watching. She don't give
Look,
a
you see,
damn about
I was just trying to be cool about it. Like, just think about it though. Like,
Like,
wouldn't that be
ooh,
nice?
look at
Like,
this beautiful
in
water
another
and shit.
country,
Let me
watching
Let me
my
watch.
show.
Let me cut this play off.
Hell no.
Hey.
Hell no. You wouldn't even do that.
Your ass
We
better.
ain't talking about me though. Okay? We
Like
ain't
I'm
talking
on
about me
vacation,
right
babe.
now.
I'm gonna watch
Nope.
you do this presentation. I'm gonna
We
watch.
ain't
you do
talking
that.
about me.
Oh, I'm gonna watch the fuck out your
We
PowerPoint.
not talking about me. I would appreciate if someone was in another country and decided to watch me on TV. I would appreciate that.
Why would you be on their TV?
I mean, they went and
If
found
it's
the channel.
TV or movie, you've
Whatever.
already done it, so you could be in
Hey,
Cabo.
they can watch
You
it
can
again.
be in
So the
Cabo.
only reason she's tuning
They ain't
in to
watching it
something
live.
you stay to do
'Cause I'm doing
is you
something
doing
else.
is you doing a play.
I'm doing something else.
Hey, all I
And you
know
want somebody
is
to watch a play while they in Cabo.
y'all better playing.
Oh
Cabo.
Lord! All right, I
They
got to turn it down.
They
now,
got
y'all.
a plan Cabo for Brandon and the
My
off
mama-
season.
my
Audition
mama
season
on
is
the-
when
Say
you gotta.
what?
She say
my
what?
mama on here, y'all.
What?
All right, I'm about to sit down now. What y'all was saying?
We
What y'all was
saying
saying?
retirement for me as an actor is being able to choose when the fuck I work
Yeah,
and what the fuck I work on.
yeah, I can see that.
Retirement, I have made enough money that I don't have to do this anymore or I feel
That's
comfortable
what I'm
enough to do this anymore at all. No, you say choose win or not. I'm talking about
That means
no,
'cause I'm
like,
in a place to
retirement
choose.
is that means ain't no more. Bitch.
That's not
it's
true.
done.
That's
How
not-
many people you know in retirement that don't do nothing?
And then go
Anthony
do the
Hopkins
Walmart.
was just damn near won. I mean, he did win, but I
He
said
did
damn
win.
near because
He did win.
but that damn near won, you know?
Have
But
you seen that one yet?
nah, I ain't
All right, man. Don't stop talking about it.
nah, man. Then why Riz Ahmed ain't win? Did you watch?
I watched, nigga.
You watched it?
I said he.
Damn. I'm late then. Let me go see.
I-
I fucks with Anthony Hopkins though, but I just
But retirement, I don't know.
Most retirement
Nigga
people
can
I
still
know-
call me at 85 years old and be like, Joe, we got a big movie coming up.
I
I'm
feel you
going
on
to fuck
that.
with
I
it.
feel you on that,
got a steady paycheck that you
but
know is
but
coming
is that
in
it?
because
But
of your retirement.
y'all playing. That's
And
not
you can do
retirement
whatever-
though.
Bro, my dad is fully retired. I can tell you exactly what
My
retirement
in-laws
is.
are retired.
I know how
Nigga,
much money I get every month from my
They
retirement.
wake up every day with calculated decisions, but they do what
What
they
what
want.
they do with their money and they do it what? Or do I want to do
But-
nothing today, or do I
But
want to
listen-
be
but
a yard
listen to
man?
what I'm saying.
Or do I want
Acting
what?
is
I'm gonna
our-
travel
no,
for
stop.
2 months.
Stop, bro. Acting is our profession. When
Yes.
you retire from your profession, does that mean you still do your profession?
Some people do.
My dad was a firefighter.
Just
He
not
don't do
in the
this.
capacity that they used
Joe,
to. His
stop
dad
playing
is not
semantics,
still
bro.
putting
I know
out
you want to
fire.
play semantics to make
But
your
that don't
point.
mean he
But
might
what
not
I'm
go
asking
teach a
is-
fire
Hey,
class.
All right,
Fire
that's
marshal.
great. That's great. But what I'm asking is, I get your semantic, but what I'm asking is, like in real time, if acting is your profession, what retirement is? Does retirement mean that you still doing shows? Is that really what retirement is? If you retiring from being an artist and you take 5 months off or a year off and do a show because you sitting on the island and they call you in for an audition, are you really retired?
That's a choice of what
That's
you
a
want to
choice.
do with your retirement.
That's retirement.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
you can say no to
Did
doing
Grunt?
whatever
Okay,
you
here's
want
the
to.
example. Did Grunt retire? Did Grunt retire?
If we talking about NFL,
Then
you
Michael Jordan
you gotta-
retired.
Did Grunt retire?
That was a business decision.
But
He had to retire
Did
because
he
of the
retire?
contract.
And Michael
Okay?
Jordan didn't have to retire.
No, he did
retired.
not, but he did because he wanted to go play baseball. He didn't retire.
He
It's
stopped
the
playing
man-
the game.
Man, we talking about sports,
He
bro.
retired
You
and
got
I'm
no,
retired.
you got to retire from that sport because of your contract. If you just say, "Hey, I don't want to play basketball," and you still sign for 2 years, nigga, that's not gonna work. It ain't that way in acting, bro.
Grunt was done playing, and he wanted to come back.
Jordan was
And
not
he
in his
came back.
final year of his contract when he
And he
retired. Okay,
That's my point.
So that no, he
So he
had
could
to
choose
do
to
that.
retire
No,
when he
he
wants
had
to.
to do that.
No, he didn't. He
Bro.
could have signed his contract to play more basketball. He,
He
said,
could
"No,
not
I
have
retired."
left the
'cause
Bulls
I-
without saying, "I want to retire." He could not have left the
That's
Bulls.
what I just
He did
said,
not
Brandon.
retire though.
That's what-
He didn't retire. He stopped playing basketball to play baseball for 2 years and came back to basketball.
had to
He did not retire,
to
bro.
play baseball.
And
So he took a
he
leave
did
of
not
absence.
retire.
He
It
was
was
not
called a leave of
playing
absence,
both
or
at
was
the
it called
same
retired?
Man, look, yo,
Or did they retire
you playing,
somewhere, then he
you
went to
playing,
25,
bro.
then he had to
You
run?
playing, bro.
What
That
are you
nigga
talking
did not
about?
retire, bro. Did they retire his jersey?
Yes.
They retired 23 before he came back?
He
No,
went
the
to
fuck
45.
they did not,
He-
nigga.
he
Why
only
did he
got
wear
2
45?
years.
Why did
He
he
was
wear
only got 2
45?
years. He would've been out one
He
more
wore
year and
45, why?
Brandon,
Why?
he
Because they didn't
retired,
have
bro.
his jersey, nigga.
reti-
And he wore
Because it's supposed to be a retired number because he retired, my nigga. He had to pay to get number 23 back to put on his back. What are you talking about?
KB, you tripping.
What are you talking about?
You tripping.
What are you
The
talking
point,
about?
the point I'm
He
making.
never retired.
What I see
And
what
if
you're
you
saying.
work for 50 years and take 2 years off and go pick up a job, you ain't
I
retired.
can
either, nigga.
retire from teaching
You ain't retired.
and then
you
go
have-
back after 2 years
you still
and
teach
get
your
another
workshops?
contract,
Are
and
you-
that don't mean I can't pick up that retirement money that I have for that
No.
2 years. I can do that.
That who cares if you getting the retirement money?
retirement.
You're not retired.
is, B.
Man, come on,
If
bro.
you stop
Come on,
doing
man.
the
You gotta-
job,
come
you
on.
retired,
Understand what
you retired
No,
from
bro.
it.
You got, ain't
No,
your mama
bro.
retired?
No.
I'm
My
about to say,
grandma
I'm about to
is.
say, ask
My
your mama
and
what
I guarantee that my
retirement is.
grandma don't do nothing
Ask
at the
your
job
mama
that
what
she was at
retirement
for
is.
53 years.
Ask your mama what your grandma what retirement is.
Alright,
She ain't nothing
She
of
can
the
choose
job
to
that
do
she worked
something,
for 53
but if she
years.
chose to do something,
My
if they
father-in-law
said,
is
I pay you
retired in the
25
insurance
$8 an
business,
hour,
but
then you
he
want to
still
take
You
you
still
takes-
sell insurance?
He still take care of everybody's account, so he still has
So
the
he's
same.
still doing the same job
He's not
that he
doing the
was-
same job.
It's a
If he
choice.
had
He,
insurance agent,
he retired from the bulk version
Come
of it.
on, man.
And he
if you an insurance agent, you taking care of people's accounts. If I'm retired and I'm still taking care of your insurance account,
he is
am I
retired because
retired?
he chose to take care of just these accounts. That was his choice. You see what I'm saying? Just like you can choose to come out of retirement and go do a show, and then you can choose to take your ass back to that same.
I'm gonna wave my wife
beach
flag,
in
bro.
Cabo.
I'm gonna wave my
Go
wife
back.
flag. I'm gonna wave my
But
wife
if you
flag.
retire from a job, you retire. That's why they throw retirement parties.
Yeah.
They best believe.
Yeah.
My grandma had a retirement party. We did 3 of them
I know.
because she went back to
She
work.
still doing her same job?
She out of there.
was?
She
She
working
ain't
with
doing
the
none of
Lord, nigga.
Exactly. She ain't doing none of that no
She
more.
working with the
So
Lord.
that means she is actually retired.
She is retired
right
from Earth.
Right. Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying. I see. So,
But-
what I'm saying is,
but
when
after
she
the
retired,
third one-
her job.
After the
Did
third
she still
one,
continue her job?
huh?
Did she still continue her job after she retired?
No, she picked up other work
Because what?
It was her choice.
because it was
But
her
she
choice.
wasn't doing retirement.
Because
She retired from
can't
what she
survive
did.
in America.
She
on
retired from
retirement.
what she did
Well,
for
it depends-
35
my man,
years.
It depends on how you plan it out. I'm just telling you.
What your old man?
A firefighter.
He's a firefighter. Is he still a firefighter? Do he still go out and fight fires now that he
don't
retired?
want to fight fires now, but he.
Oh,
Now
case,
that he
case
retired.
closed. Look what your mama said. Case closed. Let's close the show out. We win.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mama Morgan.
All right.
Thank you.
We can stop.
All right.
Before I had to leave, when Michael Jordan retired a couple of times. I was reading, but I'm gonna stop.
That was after
Because you
Burnout.
Mama, look, I want to say something, but I
What you gonna say?
What you
Bird?
gonna say?
I'm retired. I ain't got nothing to say.
All right. All right.
Nigga, you don't know what retirement is. Okay. How am I argue with her? But y'all,
I was.
Wait.
I'ma tell y'all, it ain't what that is.
You want me to tell your mom that?
Don't tell her that. I'll call her later. Yeah. Sure, I'm gonna talk to her tomorrow. Hell.
That's hilarious, bro.
Hell, she just always in the
Mama
comments.
Morgan.
Always.
Right on time.
Like, right, I'm like, why you just
Mama
lurking-
Morgan, he
lurking in the
retired.
back?
He retired from
Tired
his
of this
cash app.
conversation.
No, I did not retire from my cash apps. Never retire from the cash app. Cash app is always
It's
open.
open.
Always.
Please hit that
No
cash app.
retirement
Let's
plan
not
for
forget.
No retirement plan for that.
Let's not forget, and I'm never too old for a lesson or a blessing. Okay?
Lesson?
From my mom.
More than the lessons.
Never too old for a lesson or a blessing from my mama. You know what I'm saying?
We prefer the blessing.
I do prefer a blessing.
Mama has given me a lot
Pass
of
me
lessons.
some blessings.
You got some more blessings over there?
You got some more blessings,
Oh,
mama,
my
because you a
goodness.
blessed woman. So I know you got some blessings to pass.
Is there some more
around.
blessings in that pan over there? Nah, look in that pan, see if some more blessings. Nah, there's some blessings.
Oh,
Niggas done
shit.
ate all the blessings, nigga. Ladies and gentlemen, we have burned out of the subject that we have talked about tonight. So if you wanted to know anything about actors and what life is like after acting, there is no life after acting. You keep acting. As long as you're able-bodied to do it physically, mentally, and financially, you keep at it.
For me,
If you
that's how I
choose
see
to
it.
walk away, that's your choice.
My
But
leg-
something is always going to pull you back into performing. Whether you end up performing for the people on the beach at Cabo, guess what? You're still performing.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got that bug in you.
Because you went to Cabo on vacation, on retirement vacation.
Because you chose not to do a show.
Now you performing on the beach in Cabo.
During your retirement vacation. And you didn't come out of retirement. What's the first thing you gonna say that night? Well, I usually don't do this, but I come out of retirement. I come out of retirement tonight.
Now look, I don't usually do this anymore. It's been about 10 years.
I retired 2 years ago, but I'm gonna do this for you all. Here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed tonight's show, all my people live, we got something coming for y'all. Please hit up AQC merch so you can get your shirts. Get your shirts. You gotta have the OG Actors Quarantine Corner Show. You gotta get the OG. We also have the My Art is Pandemic Proof. For all those people that kept your art rocking even through the pandemic, you know this shirt is for you. And just buy the shirts to support us, please. So go to www.aqcmerch.com. And ladies and gentlemen, you know we perform here live each week. Right here at the motherfucking...
This episode, what, 58? Oh, 58.
And here's what we want to say. We here every Monday at the Rec Room.
Yeah.
So what we want y'all to start thinking about is, can you start attending our live shows?
Oh, I gotta turn that down. Say that one more
Can
time.
you start attending our live shows? We want to have a studio audience as we film these podcasts, so we're going to be looking forward for y'all coming through the Rec Room on Mondays. If you have the time at 9 p.m., come fuck with us, have a drink, watch the show, and let's just have a good-ass time, and let's start to bring that live essence back. Please, we will have socially distanced.
But you better have your COVID papers like your STD papers.
The COVID papers would be nice. Or we will have temperature checks, even though they don't really do shit.
This ain't a gun. This not a gun. It's my temperature gun.
The temperature checks will make you feel safe.
We'll limit the numbers. And
this is my temperature gun.
We will have social
a message or something. Then that'll be our.
And I ain't gonna lie. If it's too many people up in here, somebody ain't coming in.
And we have been vaccinated.
Yeah, we've been
most
vaccinated.
of us. All right. So
I have not.
And we're going to say that for another topic. But we do want to start to flip this show into having a live studio audience. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you will come fuck with us at the Rec Room, you know, right here, right by Minute Maid, 101 Jackson Street, man. We here every Monday night, 9 p.m. Come have a drink with us. Come fuck with us. Come see the show. Every Monday night, right here at Actors Quarantine Corner.
Yeah, the show is over. Yeah, we got the luck just like a damn clover. Police, that's what we do. Man, we can't do with a whole nother crew. Yeah, do actors burn out? Hell nah. Retirement is what the fuck I wanna do here now. And then I wanna act, put the shit on my back, cause you know it's a fact. And you know I just get a game back. I'm a freestyle nigga like this and like that. And you know, this how we do it. I don't really know what I'ma say to it. Take the mic back. Oh, that's a fact. Back in the day, I used to drive a Cadillac. Now it wasn't mine. It was somebody I knew. But I used to bang that hoe and jam screw. Yeah. Catch me at the gates, hopping real late. You catch me at the Yates, and I was still freestyling like Lil Flip. Southside still holding, man, we on the ship. What? Take another sip. What? I don't sip serve. No. I done came down, I done hit the damn curve. Hey. Something smells stinky. Hey. Something smell raw. Wow. I done came down, I'm the best you ever saw. Hit the boulevard. Boys be acting hard. I done went to church, had to praise the damn Lord. Amen. Praise the damn Lord.